So your artwork was selected to be in Long Island's Best and hang in the Heckscher Museum. If there was one word that you could use to describe what that feels like, what would that one word be?
One word I'd use to describe this experience is proud, because I never thought that a piece of my artwork was successful enough to be in a museum.
Oh, it is, and it will be. So what was the piece that was your inspiration for your creation?
The piece that I was inspired by was, it was called Picasso by Red Grooms.
And what made that work stand out for you, Red Grooms Picasso?
I thought it was interesting because when I was walking around the museum, I saw a lot of artwork and I saw a lot of sculptures that were all really great. And I saw the Red Grooms one, and it was made out of paper, and it was like he brought life to the paper.
So your work, the beautiful peacock, what were some of the challenges of making a peacock out of paper?
One of the challenges of making the peacock was that you had to make sure that nothing ripped and that everything was folded the correct way and that everything was glued on the correct way, or else it may have messed up the way the piece looked.
How much paper did you actually use to create that beautiful bird?
I think I used about 2 or 3 big sheets of O-Tag, like that big.
Wow, amazing. And how did you begin that process? Did you start perhaps from a drawing? You know, what was your creative process in bringing that peacock to life?
Well, before making it, I did a lot of research on peacocks. I looked up references, and I started with the tail. Not even just like the entire shape of the tail, just the feathers, because I knew that was going to be a lot of work, because if you look at a peacock, their feathers are very detailed.
And very layered.
Yes.
And that's something I think you captured so beautifully, are the many, many, many layers.
Thank you.
And how did you do that? What kind of assembly was involved? You said you began on the tail first. How did you then proceed beyond that?
Well, first, when I was making it, you had to sort of make the skeleton, I guess, of it. Not an actual skeleton, but the shape that a peacock would be. And then you need to glue the layers and layers of feathers onto it.
Wow, amazing. So basically your materials were quite simply paper and glue,
Yeah.
essentially. And what did you choose to keep your peacock standing upright and hold it in place?
I chose a branch, white birch, because I liked the color. I liked how, it contrasted with the color of the peacock, since it's an all-white peacock. And also the branch, it had like a twig that it looked like the peacock was just perching on.
Wonderful. Did you search for that branch?
I didn't search for the branch, but my teacher, he got it for me. He made the suggestion, and I think it helps the piece a lot.
Wonderful. It does. It complements it nicely. So your peacock, does it have a name by any chance?
My peacock does have a name. I named it Bernard, just because I thought it was a very interesting name. It's not one that you hear very often, and I liked it. I came up with it in class when I was talking to one of my friends that's in class with me. She asked me if it had a name, so I thought I should name it.
And Bernard was born.
Yes, he was.
Well, Bernard is going to have a nice time spending some days in the museum.
I hope so.
So you are in 11th grade. Do you have any thoughts of pursuing art beyond high school?
Definitely. I want to pursue art after high school. I want to go to an art college, and hopefully I do something in the art field, either art education or art therapy.
Wonderful. Do you, this work obviously was in paper. Do you have any other mediums that you enjoy working in?
I really like working with metal and making sort of delicate things out of metal, since it's such a harsh material.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. So when you received the exciting news that your work was selected for Long Island's Best, what was your reaction?
My reaction when I heard that I was selected, I was really excited, because I got to come here and do the interview, and I got to see my piece in a museum. and I thought it would be really exciting.
And I hope it will be. You'll get to see it next week. So
It's exciting so far.
great. Many congratulations.
Thank you.